Well, game time today. Yeah, it's 1:05. It's a beautiful day for baseball here at the lineup for the Orioles. It is presented by Honda Bloomfield. Corey Patterson leads it off, followed by Tejada and Markakis. The middle of their lineup today has Wigginton, Jones, and Wieters. And the bottom three features Fox, Lugo, and is Turris. So we're ready for baseball here as the Tigers continue along on this homestand. Detroit and the Orioles for the next 3 games as Andy Oliver gets ready to go to work. And leading it off is Corey Patterson. The first pitch is missing outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Consecutive ball games, batting .292. And he takes down low, 2 balls and no strike. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike called up at the right hand. Is not very humid today. The 2-1. Make it 2 balls, 2 strikes on Corey Patterson. Patterson hits one in the air to right center field. On the move is Ordonez, and he won't get it. It'll drop between Maglio and Jackson. The wind must have done something with that one. Maglio appeared to get there, and it's going to drop in for a double.
And Maglio will be the first one to tell you that he should have caught that baseball. The wind did knock it down, and I don't know if he heard Jackson's footsteps coming over or what, but that's a break there for the Baltimore Orioles here in the very first inning.
So the leadoff man is on. They're going to charge an error to Ordonez on that play. E9. So it is not a 2-base hit. That's going to bring up Tejada. An early scoring chance now for the O's. And a bad break for Oliver. Tejada shoots one down the right field line. This one will sail foul back out of play.
Hey, Tejada got his start with the Oakland Athletics quite a few years back, and what a player he was when he was in. Possibly drive him in by hitting something the opposite way. Runner
going, throw to third, tag, safe at third base. Patterson just beat the throw for his 16th stolen base.
Juan Samuel lit his team up a couple of days ago in Boston because they weren't playing with any energy. They had no intensity whatsoever. They were not very aggressive on the base paths. They were that way yesterday in Boston. They won that game, and apparently they've come out that way again today.
Good call down there by Dan Bellino, the third base umpire, just ahead of the tag of Inge.
And Jim Leland on occasion will.
2-1 on Tejada. And he chops one to the left side of the infield. This will get a run in. Inge's throw is high, and Tejada tries to slide into first base and almost got in there. 07 this year. And he rolls one to the second baseman. Right there is Guillen. And Markakis is out. 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively. Of course, it's always presented by Beaumont Hospital. You've got the trio of Boss and Jackson and Ordonez in the outfield. The infield reads Inge, Santiago, Guillen, Cabrera. Avila gets the nod behind the dish today, catching the youngster Andy Oliver, making his 3rd career big league start.
So you've got a rookie battery today in Avila and Oliver. Ty Wigginton is an all-star as he stands into the plate. First-time all-star, as a matter of fact. But boy, is he battling it right now. His numbers in terms of driving and runs very good, but he's won for his last 31, and he hit it. And Wigginton is on.
Most of Wiggins' damage was done in the month of April and the month.
Jones represented the Orioles last year in the All-Star game. And he looks at a strike on the outer edge.
Adam Jones has a tremendous amount of talent, but tends to swing too hard every now and then. If he could back it off to about 80%, 85%, he could be an impact player because he can do everything on the baseball field. I mean everything.
Homer's 37 driven in for Jones. Here's Oliver's 0-1. Here's the 0-2. Tigers took 2 out of 3 from Seattle. They're anywhere. And the Tigers come in at 16-25. Fouled away again.
Maybe it's a holiday, a little slow.
Ah, there you go. That's probably it. Everybody takes a day off or two. Runner was going, and it's fouled away again. Swing and a tip into the glove, and they finally take care of Adam Jones. The first strikeout of the game for Oliver. A run in, courtesy of an error, and the Orioles lead 1-0. Boy, this is how it looks. Austin Jackson at the top in center field. Johnny Damon, the DH. Maglio is in right field. Cabrera is at first. You've got Bosch in left. Carlos Guillen at second base. Bottom three today for the Tigers. Inge, Santiago, and Avila. The Bernstein advantage brings you the scouting report on Kevin Millwood. Get the Bernstein advantage. We go to bat for years. Leadoff man has an 8-game hitting streak. Millwood's first pitch is outside. 1-0. 13 gamer for Cabrera. Bosch 7 straight. Santiago 8 straight.
Yeah,
that's good. The 1-0.
Middle, you might as well go shopping at the Gap. Took it.
2-1 on Jackson. 50. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and he lines it to the second baseman Markakis. Make that Lugo, not Markakis. I beg your pardon.
18th start today for Kevin Millwood. He has 1 complete game. You see the record is 2 number.
Here's Johnny Damon. He was 1 for 8 in the series against Seattle. He takes ball 1.
And when you have an offense that has gone about its business the way that Baltimore has by and large all year, your starting pitchers aren't going to win very many games, just as their club hasn't won very many games.
Here's the 1-0.
We're talking about the Tigers' record on the road, and yes, they must pick it up because
Damon takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. It's lined to right field. That's in front of Markakis for a base hit.
Johnny Damon now 3 hits shy of the magical 2,500 career hit total. Let's take a look at the defense that Juan Samuel has put out there this afternoon. It's Adam Jones in center field. He was an all-star last year. He also won a Gold Glove. Markakis in right field. He can really throw, one of your better throwing arms from right field. You've got Tejada, Izturis, Lugo, and Fox. They round out the infield, and the phenom behind the dish, Matt Wieters, is their catcher today.
Ball 1 to Maglio Ordonez. Now he was in a bit of a funk on that last road trip through New York and then Atlanta and Minnesota, but he's picked it up a little bit at home. 3 hits in the series against Seattle. Damon the tying run at first.
He will be only the 92nd player in the history of the game to have 2,500 or more hits. But when you think about all the players that have played the game today, not having the kind of year that he would have liked to have, I know, here in Detroit.
Season experience, and down the stretch, I'm sure that will come in handy for the Tigers. At least the hope is it will. The Tigers will remain in this pennant stretch.
Damon, his playing time has been kind of spotty here lately. And really, for the first time.
Runner going again, and it's fouled back. So Damon is back. 8th pitch in this at bat coming up. And here it is. Runner goes, and it's fouled away again. And that's popped up foul.
Millwood has thrown Maglio everything but the kitchen sink. He's thrown him fastballs.
Damon on the run again, and there is ball 4. And after a lengthy battle, Ordonez finally wins it with a base on ball. Brief little confab between Millwood and Wieters. He's one of your Tigers all-stars.
Have himself in as well, because he is standing in scoring position as we speak.
That's right in front of the plate in the batter's box, and a foul ball is called by home plate umpire Rob Drake. 1-1 on Miguel Cañez. And a drive into center field and hit well. Jones on the run, still going back. He'll turn on this one. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. That's Damon. Here comes Ordonez behind him. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not in time. Cabrera will go to third base, and the Tigers take the lead.
There's some wind blowing in from center field today, and we told you Adam Jones in center field won a Gold Glove last year, but one flick of the wrist, and this ball's on the warning track, and Adam Jones can't run it down. Johnny Damon knew the ball was going to drop, so therefore he's giving some directions himself to Magglio Ordonez, saying, come on, let's go. And Cabrera ends up on third base. He is just dangerous.
And Cabrera has taken over the league lead now in RBIs with 71. His leapfrog Guerrero. Here comes Brendan Bosch now to try and drive him in with less than 2 outs.
And Juan Samuel giving this run away himself here in the very first inning with Brendan Bosch standing in the batter's box. Infield is relaxed. It's to the pitcher Millwood, and the Tigers will score their 3rd run of this inning. Monster numbers for Brendan Bosch. Monster numbers.
0-2 on Bosch.
As a matter of fact, we have
Bosch as well has done a good portion of his damage here at home. And he lost in ball 4, and that'll be the 2nd walk in the inning for Millwood.
Guillen has not had much success against Millwood. 2 for 24 with 8 strikeouts is Millwood against Carlos Guillen.
Line drive, base hit, right center field. And Carlos says, I've got your numbers right here. That's an RBI base hit. Bosch will go to 3rd, and the Tigers lead 3-1. 23rd RBI of the year for Guillen.
Carlos got himself a breaking ball at 83 miles an hour down at the bottom of the strike zone, and Carlos loves to hit balls that are down and in.
Pitches, has only 1 out in the inning, and 3 runs are in. Inge batting .259. The 0-1. 1 ball in, 1 strike. 1-2. Start today. Hammer to right field, slicing. That ball is hit well, and it's going to go up against the wall and over the wall. Ground rule double for Brandon Inge, who knocks in another. 4-1 Detroit.
Unselfish at bat by Brandon Inge, who clearly with a runner on third base and less than 2 outs was trying to hit something to right field the entire at bat. And he finally got a cut fastball or breaking ball that was away from him, kept his head down and able to slice that ball away from
34 driven in, and here comes Santiago, or Avila I should say.
Take one more.
Alex cuts and misses.
One of the in this inning. He might need to throw a few more of those, which is really not enough to keep guys off balance, and you've seen a result of that in this inning.
Now the 2-1. 2-2 on Alex. Missed it inside. 1 lead. And the 3-2 on the ground to the right side. This will get a run in. Lugo will throw him out and score Guillen on the play to make it 5-1 Tigers. Avila gets an RBI. Go. Santiago enjoying an 8-game hitting streak.
And sometimes when a pitcher gets a big lead, they don't continue to use all their pitches. Do.
The 1-2 is fouled back.
To pitch in though, Texas and Baltimore. Those are just not good parquets.
And he got him. Strike 3. That will finally end the inning. The Tigers send 9 men to the plate as Millwood throws 44 pitches. Wieters considered one of the top prospects in all of baseball last year. In fact, the last couple of years, and he made his big league debut when the Tigers were in town last season in Baltimore. In fact, his first big league hit was a triple off Justin Verlander. The 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
I've has a chance to be as good as Joe Mauer in Minnesota.
43 in half a season. Tipped into the glove. 2-2 on Wieters. Victim of an error in the first inning. And a stolen base. That's hammered to right field. Maglio is on the run, coming toward the line, and he'll make the play in foul ground. Wieters is out, 1 gone. In late June, and the former Michigan Wolverine as well, he put up a ton of power numbers in the minor leagues. Hitting .209 this year with 3 homers. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Ripped to left field. That's a base hit. In front of Brennan Bosch, a 1-out single for Fox.
Hey fans, enjoy 15 days of summer at Comerica.
They got him from the Cardinals in early April 1st as a matter of fact. And he takes ball 1 up high from Oliver. Lugo's had decent numbers career against the Tigers. He has played with Houston, Tampa, Boston, and the St. Louis Cardinals. Well-traveled veteran. Ball 2. Now ball 3 as Oliver has lost his way a little bit here. And there's a strike. Oliver 6 in each of his first 2 big league starts. Driven to right field, and it's going to drop, base hit, maybe more. It gets by Ordonez all the way to the wall. Fox coming to third. They're going to send him home. Here might be a play at the plate. The throw, the tag, safe. Jake Fox is able to score, and Lugo gets to third.
The shortstop, number 3, Cesar.
Well, we told you that Oliver needed to continue to pitch if he was going to maneuver his way through this game. He's given up 2 hits already in this inning, both on fastballs and both in fastball counts, and you just can't do that even though a team is struggling offensively. And Gary Allenson, very aggressive at third base, down by 4, almost ran into an out at home plate. But that kind of gives you an idea how tough it is to score runs for the Baltimore Orioles for him to send Fox on that play.
A triple for Lugo makes it 5-2.
By just throwing off fastballs because you got a 3-run lead.
Strike 1 on his Turris. 5-2 ball game now as the Orioles try and creep back into this one. His Turris batting .245. Fouled away, 0-2.
245, and we're 77, 80 games in.
Ooh, look out. Ooh, that almost hit the runner down at third base, Lugo, who hits the deck.
And I also told you they play in a ballpark that is hitter friendly.
1-2 on his Turris. And again the 0-2 pitch. Line to right field, sinking, base hit right in front of Ordonez. That'll get another run in. It's a single and an RBI for Cesar Turris, and now it's a 5-3 game. 3 straight hits for the Orioles. Here's the top of the order now, Corey Patterson. Bouncing ball foul outside of the bag at first.
At least he was when Oakland was in town. Eric Patterson.
Runner goes, and a bouncing ball to first on the backhand. Cabrera. They'll get the out at first base.
Juan Samuel had a great big league career playing second base, majority for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Here's Miguel Tejada. Ball down low. Sammy. Now the 1-0. And it's a strike call. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike from 2004 to 2007. Now back in Baltimore colors again. Whistles that one foul.
But I don't know if he'd be happy with that roll.
Rolled slowly toward third. They're going to let this one go foul, and Inge will pick it up outside of the white line. And the 3-2. Rolled foul again.
The first time I ever laid eyes on Miguel Tejada, it was back in 1990.
3-2 pitch is on the ground back up the middle. Guillen to the grass. Long throw is high, and he threw it away. And this will get another run in.
It's a sloppy game through the first hour of play here today.
Another Tigers error, their second of the game, and this one will be costly as well. Single E4 on that play, I'm assuming. And as Turris scores.
And Carlos probably shouldn't have thrown this ball, especially throwing off balance, going away from play with Tejada running. If he could do it all over again, he would not have thrown that baseball.
So now it's a 5-4 game.
And the majority of his hits against left-handers are the opposite way. That's just how good Marquez is.
He's batting .381 against lefties.
Brennan Bosch would quell the leaderboard here in the next week or so.
Marquez spins away from a pitch inside, 2-0. Nick apparently doesn't feel that 90 degrees is all that warm. Over 30 in this inning. And there's a strike, 3-1. 3-1 to Marquez. Is ball 4. So Jim Leyland now maybe coming out to take it. That'll be a walk. And here comes the skipper. Bonine will face Wigginton.
Been very good. We showed you his earned run average. It's a shade over 2. One area where Bonine has struggled a little bit better.
Tejada and Marquez, the 2 runners on right now. Trying to hold up, but he went around. 1-2.
Wigginton star appearance.
Despite the fact that he's won for his last 31. 2. And a ground ball, fair ball inside the bag at third base. This will at least tie the game. Tejada coming around to score. And Marquez will get to third and stop there. It's a double and an RBI for Ty Wigginton. And now it's a 5-5 game. What a wild start to this one.
It looked like he got a breaking ball that wasn't located very well. It's down, it's in. You see the head concentration down on the baseball, and nothing Inge could do. That ball was by him before he had a chance to move for it. You're talking about all the different positions that Wigginton has played. I think that's the reason why Joe Girardi chose him for the All-Star team this year, is the fact that he can play some different infield positions, and he needed somebody to help.
One eye on actually trying to win that game and making sure they have guys who can play multiple positions. Big swing there, maybe too big of a swing by Jones.
Yeah, that's been some of it.
Bonine's 1-1. 1-2. And it gets away from Avila. Marquez is trying to score, and he will. A backhanded flip by Avila. And scampering back to the bag at third base is Wigginton. He thought about coming home as well.
Can we rewind this back to 1 o'clock and start this bad boy over?
It's just been one of those days. And nothing's going right.
Avila, the ball bounces right off of him. He trickles over to get it. But can't get the out. It's a Dangerous slide by Markakis. Dangerous slide anytime you see a guy sliding head first in the home plate.
So we've had 9 hits. We've had 11 runs. We have not even completed an inning and a half in this game. We've already had 2 5-run frames. With 45 in the first inning, now suddenly has a lead. Bouncing ball toward the shortstop. Santiago will finally end the inning. So 9 men to the plate. They scored 5 times. The Orioles have taken the lead. Meanwhile, Kevin Millwood is done, and Mark Hendrickson, the left-hander, will come out of the bullpen now and take over for the Orioles. Austin Jackson leads it off. Tigers sending 9 men to the plate in that first inning. Bouncing ball hit the third. Scooping to his left, Tejada. Jackson 0 for 2, 1 gone. In 2 for Cabrera. 1 ball, 1 strike on Damon. The 1-1 pitch is slapped foul back out of play. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 2-2 on Johnny Damon. That one missed again. 3-2. And Cleveland among his stops in the NBA. Right back up the middle and into center field. Damon has another hit, his second of the game.
And Johnny Damon, after seeing several pitches from Hendrickson, he knew that he was not going to come inside against him because he didn't throw any pitches inside. Therefore, Hendrickson throws a pretty good pitch, but Damon looking out away from him and down did with that pitch exactly what you teach, and that's take the low outside fastball right back up the box.
Here comes Ordonez. The Tigers now have 5 hits. Aglio takes ball 1. Two and 1 now on Ordonez. Scored a run. That was back in the first. Aglio pops it up foul back out of play.
Now you can protect a home court advantage.
That's low. 3-2. There goes Johnny. Driven high in the air to left field and way back. Patterson going to the track, to the wall, and he'll watch that one go, but it's foul.
Ooh.
How close was that?
No argument from Gene Lamont right now.
Well, several of the Tigers leaning out over the railing on their bench, looking, wondering how that could have been fouled.
Gino had the best look. Apparently he's not beefing. Man, is the ball carrying to left today?
Just barely foul down the left field line.
Johnny Damon was on the move on that 3-2 pitch.
He is again, and this one is driven to center field and hit well. Jones going all the way to the warning track. Damon retreating, 2 gone.
Now, do you think for one moment had, say Damon made it to second base, do they walk here if they walk Cabrera? Yeah, maybe you did.
Yeah, I think you do a little bit.
Maybe you did.
That's driven down the left field line. That's going to hook, stay fair. It'll go to the wall. Damon motoring to third base, and he is going to stop there. Cabrera saunters into second with another double.
That's why you want him to hit. He has driven in 30% of the Tigers' runs this year. He's accounted for 30% of their run production this year by himself. And you just can't get him out. I don't care who you are. You can be an ace. You can be a closer. Some of the best in the game. He just makes it look real, real easy.
Damon gets the third with ease. And now the Tigers a base hit away from reclaiming the lead.
And as we have well documented on many occasions the last week or two, left-handers usually don't bother this guy. They just don't. With an injury or two to any of the outfielders, Brennan Bosch might get a shot to go to Anaheim.
I was thinking the same thing, you know.
He's not the only one, though. I mean, he isn't. A lot of guys deserving got left off this year.
And Bosch was set
our game.
Did he hold up? Nope, he went around. 2-2 pitch.
But those really aren't the spots that I'm talking about. It's the other.
Still this year, we'll see. 3-2 pitch is outside. It's another walk for Bosch, who has walked twice in this game.
Well, since we're on the all-star topic, we might as well talk about some of the.
One of the final vote guys, though, over in the National League, so he still could be voted in by the fans.
I will say this much. I am elated at.
Here's the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
Why is he taking heat?
I feel he was an all-star this year in the National League.
I really haven't looked at all the numbers in the National League overall this year.
That might get 2 runs in. Here comes a throw to the plate. It will. Carlos Guillen's had 2 big hits in this game.
He really has, and they both have come after walks to Brennan Bosch. So it looks like they're pitching around Bosch to get to Guillen, and Guillen has been up for the challenge here today. Once from the left side off the starter Millwood, and then the second time around against Hendrickson. No, but I have to be honest with you. When we were in Atlanta 2 weeks ago, the All-Star game would not have been mentioned in the same breath with Omar Infante's name. I would not have said that, but due to the fact that what's at stake with the All-Star game, and you see a player in the National League.
Well, here's Brandon Inge. And I can understand that thinking. But at the cost of some guys that have put up some big numbers, I guess that's where I have a little bit of an issue. That's one thing. But good for Omar. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad for him. He's a really, and maybe more. Little looper into right field. That's a base hit. Bosch rounding third. He's going to score. Inge with his second RBI of the day. And the merry-go-round continues.
About 3 weeks ago, we documented the fact that Brandon Inge did not have a hit to right field. Not one hit to right field. And it's no coincidence that his batting average has perked up with every base hit. He's got the opposite way. He inside out's a fastball. But how about the break that Brennan Bosch got off of second base? And he needed to get that kind of jump off of second because Markakis in right field, there may not be a better thrower in right field. And by the jump that Bosch got, Markakis in right didn't even attempt to throw the ball home. It must be hot down there.
There's a strike called on Alk in the first inning. So Hendrickson has not fared. 1-2 bullpens, it appears. Thrown by Orioles pitching today. The 2-2 swing and a miss. So Avila goes down. Tigers send 8 men to the plate in this inning. They scored 3 times to recapture the lead. Wieters, Fox, Lugo coming up in an 8-6 game. Here's a strike called on Matt for the Orioles as we crawl to the 3rd inning today. There's a bouncing ball to second. Carlos Guillen handles this one, and 1 gone. Let's go to the studio now. Time for a
type of surgery. How are you going to go out there and throw a baseball again, knowing the feeling that you had when you threw that 1 ball in Minnesota? And he kind of agreed. I mean, so by them putting the screw in there,
practice and has the mental fortitude to do it, it would be Zamaia. That's hit deep. Ball's carrying out there to left center field. Still going back, and it's going to carry out. The wind is aiding balls hit to left and left center today.
Anything up in the air in that direction, and you got a pretty good chance of trotting around the base path. You saw that ball Maglio hit, although it was foul his last time up. He just kept carrying and carrying. and carry.
First one to 20 wins today. 8-7 is our score. 15 runs already between the two teams.
And appeared to be a knuckleball that just didn't do a whole lot for Bonine there.
There's Julio Lugo. They spin him out of the box. Bonine came on in the Fox. One and one. Would have gotten some serious look.
I do.
That's a base hit into right field.
They got some guys that came in here hitting 220 and 230, but boy, they're swinging the bats like they're hitting 340.
Yeah, Lugo's one of them.
No, I do believe with Weaver leading the league in strikeouts, he was left off. I mean, Felix Hernandez, he was left off the team.
It's not really anybody's fault. I mean, every year guys are upset, but there are only so many spots to go around. And here's the 0-1. 4 of them for the Tigers and 2 for the Orioles. Think about that for a while. Bouncing ball to second base. Will this be 2? There's 1. And there's 2. A double play. 4-6-3 ending the inning. 2.5 here in the books at Comerica Park. And the Tigers lead by 1. So here come the Tigers now as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it is Dixon. And Santiago in this one. Either starter, as you might imagine, is still around. Santiago skies one to left. Corey Patterson. One gone.
The center fielder, Austin Jackson.
The ring of Austin Jackson.
Very first time this year.
I was thinking the same thing, and what's odd as well is that we close out the year in Baltimore, so we won't see them until the final. To third base, and look at that play by Tejada. 2 gone.
Austin Jackson has.
There's Johnny Damon. 2 more hits for Johnny. 2,498 in his illustrious. It hasn't happened all too often. A 1-2-3 inning. In fact, it hasn't happened period. 16 innings now, so they have not had a 1-2-3 either. As we look deeper into this 3rd. Fouled straight back. Here's the 3-2. Fouled away again. Johnny, by the way, also passed Frankie Frisch a run scored. He has passed Frankie Frisch. And he drives this one to right field. That ball is down up against the wall. And Damon headed to second base. He's in with his 3rd hit of the game. Johnny having a day.
Johnny has not been getting many reps against left-handed pitching these days, but he gets himself a hanging breaking ball, that little get-me-over breaking ball, and every time someone tries to throw that little get-me-over breaking ball, it gets hammered.
And Johnny Damon safe at second base with a double. Safe and secure New York life. Tigers now have another hit on the board. That'll be their 9th. Can they get another run in? Here's Ordonez. Maglio skies it to right field. Hit well. Markakis back to the track in front of the wall to make the catch. So the 2-out double is stranded. 3 in the books here at Comerica Park. 8-7 Detroit. Up there. Both starters have since departed, and here come the Orioles now as we head to the 4th inning. Corey Patterson, their leadoff man, and then Tejada, then Markakis. Bonine came on in the 2nd. Pitch
Job the last couple of weeks, at least in his leadoff spot. And for Juan Samuel's ball club, but boy, do they miss Brian Roberts. Miss what he brings to the top of their batting order.
Patterson doing his best to fill in.
I guess Markakis' names come up, but closely after that, it's got to be Brian Roberts.
There's another ball hit to left that'll shoot the gap up against the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Patterson, and that's a 10-game hitting streak now for Corey.
Today's a good day to hit. And there's no debate about that. I know some of the pitchers haven't made the quality.
And here is Miguel Tejada. Rolls this one to the shortstop. On the backhand there, Santiago. They got the runner hung up now. Patterson caught in a rundown. Inge will run him back and apply the tag. Throw to second. Not in time.
Ooh, Tejada got lucky.
They almost got Miguel Tejada, who just kept running.
First of all, if you're Patterson and you're running from second base, when the ball's hit to your left, you've got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go, and he still tries to get out in an area where he just got caught no man's land. The execution of the rundown is pretty good, and that's why they almost got the out at Tejada trying to stretch this ball and get to second base. He's kind of reading this right now and trying to decide what he should do.
Six, 4-5 on the put out of Patterson. And Tejada at second base now. Here's Markakis trying to drive him in. Years, he's one of those players that likes to play every day. In fact, in 2 of the last 3 years, he's played in one
place, buried in their division. Therefore, they don't play on national TV. A lot of people don't even know about Nick Markakis. And one of the best arms of any of the right fielders in the American League, and that includes Ichiro Suzuki. It really does.
Bonine missed the outside corner. 3-2. Bouncing ball to short. Santiago again would utilize the backhand. Markakis is out.
Since we're talking about Markakis and some outs.
First pitch strike from Bonine. Make it 0-2.
Man, that's dangerous.
Got it back to him.
A better opportunity of knowing whether he could send them home on a base hit or not. A lot of third base.
Wigginton
memory. Maglio's got 7 assists.
3-2 on Wigginton. Team with 14 homers. And he has just taken a walk.
I don't know if that was by design, to be honest with you. You talked about the fact that he leads their team in home runs and RBI.
Chop foul at home plate.
Adam is
the 0-1 pitch. Tried to hold up. Looked like he went, and he did.
Country Joe.
The 0-2 pitch. Looped into right field. Here comes Maglio on the run to retire the side. So they threaten to not score. The Orioles lead 2, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Question here today. We do have a qualifier, apparently, post 1960. It is 8-7 in this one. The Tigers holding on to the lead. It'll be Cabrera. Hendrickson still out there for the Orioles. 2 balls in 1. And the 2-2 inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes on.
He will punish you.
Toward right field, slicing away from Markakis, but he'll get there. It stays in fair territory. Hung up long enough. Looked like that ball was going to go to the stands, but that wind may have had a little bit of an effect today, but he has certainly contributed. Rolls the first one to the right side, and Lugo gobbles it up. 2 up, 2 down.
The second.
Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hammer to right field. Markakis on his horse. Still going. Can't get it. It'll go to the wall. This might be a triple for Guillen. Nope, he's going to put on the brakes, and wisely so. Once it gets out to right center field and hits the wall, you've got a chance at a 3-bagger, but not that time. Third hit today for Carlos.
Carlos Guillen marching toward that 300 batting average. He gets a fastball that's up and out over the plate, and those just don't get to the catcher's glove, especially at that velocity that Hendrickson is throwing with here today.
He was thinking about it, and then he was given the stop sign. So the Tigers now have an even 10 hits, and it looks like Inge is going to be walked intentionally. Brandon has Tigers. Brandon Inge was around when Sammy was the third base coach here.
When Samuel was
cut out at the plate. So here are the splits on Avila. 222 against lefties.
Yesterday with runners in scoring position, they were able to bend
him after 8 innings yesterday. 2-1 pitch. Avila.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Swing and a miss. Avila down on strikes for the second time in this game. The Tigers strand a couple of runners on their way to the 5th inning, where it's Wieters, Fox, and Lugo.
He was a really good energy player. Keep this job as their manager, because I continue to hear about other guys being interviewed for the position that he holds right now, but it's a shame. I know he's
for the Orioles. 8-7. Tigers lead by 1. Fox homered in his last at bat. 2 hits today. Rolled foul, third base side. 0-2 on Fox. Majority of those strikes, and that's rolled foul.
That's why he's so valuable.
Now 2-2. Jackson on the move for this one, and that is the first out of the inning.
Hey fans, be a Camaro.
Lugo a triple and an RBI plus a single, and a ball down low from Bono.
Same thing.
The Tigers have been pretty good against these Orioles here at Comerica.
Only a couple of day games today. Most of the action is tonight.
Okay. Against the Giants, swinging a foul tip.
Those 4 o'clock start.
And they're going to send him. The runner goes on 3-2. I know you got a bum foot, but you know what? Go. There he goes again. Line drive, base hit, left field. Wieters hits the bag as second. He'll go to third. And here come the Orioles right back. First and third, 1 out. As the skipper makes the call out to the bullpen. Each team now with 10 hits in this game. Brad Thomas will be called in from the Detroit player of the game. Well, we have a new pitcher on now for Detroit, and that would be Brad Thomas. Line foul, 0-1 on is Turris.
Here for Thomas, and he comes in with 4 wins and no losses, and that earned run average is starting to inch its way down. It's just a shade over 4.
Popped him up. Foul ground, first base side for Cabrera. There's a big out, 2 away. Is Turris unable to get the job done? Now it's Corey Patterson. Patterson played his high school. The 0-1. Ripped to right field. Maglio right there in his tracks. Thomas comes out of the pen and gets 2 quick outs. Out of Osaka, Japan. Facing Santiago to lead it off here in the 5th inning. Then Jackson and then Damon. In Japan professionally. Santiago pops up a bunt. And there's going to be no play. When's the last time you've seen a bunt go over the pitcher's head and drop in front of the shortstop for a base hit?
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And this is one of those instances. It's a bad bunt by Santiago, but he gets rewarded with a base hit.
Here's Austin Jackson. 3. High in the air, right field, and hit well. Markakis on a sprint. So is Jones. Neither can get it. Up against the wall. Santiago motors to third and beyond. They're going to send him home, and he'll score. Give Jackson a triple.
I don't know if Uhar and Wieters thought that there was going to be a hit and run, but Jackson takes a fastball that's right down the middle and hits it where no one can catch it. We told you earlier that Jones won a Gold Glove last year, but with the wind playing out and blowing out as much as it is to left field, he was shading Jackson in that area, and then Jackson just kind of turned the Jets on.
Here's Johnny Damon trying to get that run in from third. Tigers now lead 9-7.
For defenders, it'll be a decision to make for, and you got Cabrera after him.
Tigers now, by the way, have 12 hits.
It's been a long game already.
It has been that.
But the player, I'm talking about Samuel. When Samuel was starring in the National.
Well, it's a big run. It gives the Tigers a 2-run spread, a chance to get another in. And it's knocked down by the shortstop as Turris, who stays with it nicely, and Damon unable to score the run.
I assumed Jackson wasn't coming on contact, and he wasn't. And this is the reason why. You've got a career 300.
Well, Maglio has knocked in 50. Cabrera
under any circumstances here in this inning with a base open.
Ground ball, base hit left field. Ordonez not only gets the RBI, but he gets a base hit. 13 Tigers hits and another run in to make it 10-7.
When you have a guy that has a career .312 batting average coming into the season, when you pull the infield in, he becomes a .412 career hitter.
Here comes Cabrera. He drives one to left field. Patterson is right there, though, and it drops in his glove, and back to first base goes Ordonez. 2 outs. It's going to bring up Bosch. Each team has a 5-run frame in this game. A lot of scoring in the first couple of innings, and because of that, Oliver and Millwood. Two balls, no strikes.
If he gets this one close, fasten your seatbelt.
It wasn't. 3-0.
They have picked him as the guy that they're not going to pitch to today. How about that?
And a lineup that includes Ordonez and Cabrera. Pretty amazing.
And today, 3 for 3 with a double, 2 singles, and 3 ribbies.
7th man to bat in this inning. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carlos Guillen. Position changes. He has finally settled into second base. High fly down the left field line, heading to foul territory, and back to the seats.
Jim's got a very difficult job the remainder of the summer in regard to
get the job done. They will have to in the second half as well. Swing and a miss, and Guillen goes down for the first time today, ending the inning. But the Tigers are able to get 2 more runs as we head to the 6th inning here at Comerica Park. Tigers now lead 10-7. Rough patch following a good patch, and it doesn't look like they may with all that pitching they have.
They had their rough patch early.
6th inning, 10-7 Detroit.
And really the White Sox were supposed to be in it from the word go this year.
A 3-run game. Ball high, and the count goes to 2-1. Plagued by the same problems he had here in Detroit with all the walks. That's rolled to second base. Routine there for Guillen. One gone. Back to the studio we go. Game break time, and here's.
They're still left on the ballot. Back to you, buddy.
All right, Trev, thank you. I'm going to vote for Brennan Bosch.
And they all deserve to be on the All-Star team. But how about Trevor crunching some numbers in the
some time to crunch those numbers. It has been a long game today. Markakis the batter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a very good partner with Fox Sports Detroit. Unscored though. Here's the 2-2 from Thomas. Here with one out in the sixth. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-2 pitch to the shortstop. Tricky hop there for Santiago. Stayed with it nicely. 2 gone. With that great game in his last start, and I'm with you now. I think he should be on the team.
He's their only representative in Oakland, so that's kind of what gets Verlander.
Here's the 1-1. Grounded toward third. Inge will scoop it up. Do my eyes deceive me? A 1-2-3 inning. They go in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 10-7 Detroit. Brandon Inge leading it off. Swings on the first pitch. In the air to right. Markakis. 1 gone.
Albers comes in with a 3-3 record.
And he takes ball 1 from. And there's a base hit. So he is aboard for the first time. This just keep on coming. Tigers now with 14 hits. By the way, as soon as this game ends, our coverage continues with Tigers Live. Here's Santiago. A bunt single for Ramon in his last at bat. In fact, he bunted the ball open. Ripped by Santiago. Here's the 1-1. Wieters down to block that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes before the Twins come a calling. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Santiago is down on strikes. First strikeout for Albers. 2 gone. That's going to bring up the top of the lineup now. Austin Jackson. Shot to right field, base hit. Another hit for Jackson. Avila will get to third base, and the Tigers have him at the corners. A single to go with his triple.
Austin Jackson has had some outstanding swings here today. Take a look at his hands here and how he pulls his hands inside his body. When you get your hands in this area, it allows you to get the barrel of the bat over the heart of the plate. That's one of the things you can look at. You can look at, and we have that the capability of doing so.
Here's the 0-1 to Damon. Make it 0-2 on Johnny.
Well, that's been Jackson. That's what they have in common.
Here's the 0-2. Wieters again down to block it. 1. Here's the 1-2. Popped him up. Shallow center field. And Jones will come in to make the catch. Tigers leave a pair. We go to the 7th. 10-7. Come on a pitch.
And we saw Perry in yesterday's game, and he looked pretty good. His fastball was firm at 97. He threw a few sliders. They shut him down for about 3 weeks with a little shoulder.
Adam Jones is 0 for 3. Ball 1 missing outside. The 1-0 pitch is up high. 2 balls and no strikes.
And got power. And on occasion he will hit for average. And if he does a lot more of that, he will be a star.
It's his first hit of the game. He goes the other way. 11 hits now for the Orioles.
We have watched all the big swings that Adam Jones has taken in today's game, and he has kind of swung and missed. But here's a 2-0 count. And look at the concentration. It's a tailing fastball down and away from him. And he didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Any to right.
That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner bluffing and a ball inside.
Joe Mauer.
Well, I could see that. Couldn't you?
Yeah, but Mauer, he said that ballpark has already cost Joe Mauer about 5 home runs.
Into center field, Jackson on the move.
He gets great first steps. His first step is explosive in center field. Off at the crack of the bat. As soon as the ball goes up, he's gone. And that's how he makes plays look easy in the outfield.
Is there anything that you have seen in his defensive game that needs a little bit of tweaking?
The only play that has given him a little bit of trouble this year is the hitter caught it just right and it's going to carry over your head. That is the only play I've seen him have difficult one afternoon or one night against Jackson. He hasn't made that mistake again. He gets to every.
We only need to tell him once, and it registers. And we never need to tell him again. It's pretty simple. 3-0 pitch is a strike called 3-1. The runner goes, and it's hit in the air, center field. This time Jackson to his left. Jones retreats. 2 gone. Guillen and Damon have each had 3 hits. Ball 1. 7 through the 8th. And what Phil Koch has done has really been outstanding as well for this team. So.
Ooh, nice pitch. And that
1-2. And he missed with it. There's a strike called on the outer edge. Got him looking. And Lugo is retired for the first time today, as Perry picks up his first strikeout. Stretch time here at the ballpark. So here we go in the bottom of the 7th. Maglio Ordonez leads it off. And he swings to the first and rolls a base hit just out of the reach and off the glove of his Turris.
That's why he's a premium player. And when you get yourself a hit or 2 in a game and your team has a ton of hits, don't give your at-bats away. Continue to have good plate appearances, and that's what the Tigers as a whole today have been.
6 Tigers, 6 of the 9. In a row now for Miguel. The 1-1.
Good pitch. Couple of.
Here's the 1-2. Rolled foul again.
Well in there. They're going right back in there again.
And Cabrera with a big swing and a miss. He's out of there.
He pitched him tough. Give credit where credit is due. Damn. And I'm continuing to read. So Chucky, tomorrow
we need a rehearsal.
Give it to Mario.
Yeah, I'll take it tomorrow.
That's 3 hours.
Yeah. Or in today's case, 5.5 hours. Here's the 2-0. It's outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
This is respect. This is why he should be in the All-Star game.
How about that? 4 base on balls for Brennan Bond.
But I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that they are walking him and pitching out.
Juan Samuel coming out. Oh, by the way, as our holiday weekend wraps up, a reminder about a way to remember Tigers. Here's Guillen now with 2 men on, only 1 out. 3 RBIs today, 3 hits for Carlos. Ball high.
Hernandez did
now is to keep this a 3-run game in the 7th inning. And he missed. Pitch coming here. And he fouled it away.
Kids that were getting some time last year, and they felt like this was the year that they would grow up. And Brian Mattis
is almost 6. way high, and there's another walk, and that's going to load the bases. Breaking ball almost hit him. They'll get back into the seats. 1-1.
Second base. The reason for that is he knows where they're playing. He's gone. Look at him.
There's the base hit. He's going to come around to score. Tigers get at least 2 runs in on the single by Inge, and now he's going to go to second, and he is safe at second base.
What a slide by Brandon.
The throw beat him, but Inge, the inside part of the bag, is able to get in there. It's a 4 RBI day for Brandon Inge.
Take a look at Brennan here. I mean, as soon as this ball is hit, he's off and running. He knew where the shortstop was. That ball's on the line, and you're taught to freeze. But because he took a look to see exactly where Wilson was playing, he was able to get himself in a really good jump. It's Turris, not Wilson. Look at the slide here. Oh, what a slide. What a slide.
He should have been out.
What a slide. Oh, Exmo.
Second double of the day for Brandon, which leaves him 6 short of 200 in his career. And the Tigers now lead by 5. Infield coming in as Alex Avila stands in. Still only 1 out.
That was the third base. Good call by Angel Hernandez, nonetheless.
Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Who's going to get it? Oh, 3 guys are there, and Patterson makes the basket catch. Hine, you'll see the out call. There's the ball low, 1-0, but Hernandez saw the whole play. Wait. 17 Tigers hits.
Brennan Bosch has walked 4 times and
Damon 3 hits. Into the glove for strike 2. Two and 2. Swing and a miss. Santiago is down on strikes to end the inning. So the Tigers get 2 more. Inge with a double. And doing the little things are the Tigers today. Building a 12-7 lead. Middle of the 5th inning. He did his little victory tour around the warning track.
I dropped a couple tears that night, for sure. And anybody watching that had to drop a couple tears. It was special.
Very emotional night. In fact, they called it Streak Week, where he was approaching it the entire week. So you look at the numbers on Phil Cope, the new pitcher.
He's been streaking. He's got 5 wins, no losses, sub-3 ERA. Takes the baseball every single day.
Cesar's another home victory would be their 28th if they can hold on. That's fouled away. Been one of their hotter hitters. The 1-2. And again back out of play.
He's a nice defender.
Maglio take the rest of the day off. Ball outside, 2-2. Game with the lead. He'll bring Kelly in for defensive purposes. Strike called on the outer edge. 1 away. Wave and a miss by Patterson.
Not only that,
a lot of movement on that pitch, and he had Patterson buckling his knees.
He's got that good break.
Here's the 0-2. Cued off the end of the bat, but foul.
I like the way that Inge just continued to come after that ball when a ball is pretty good there with Gary Allenson, third base coach.
Swing and a miss. He chased out of the zone, and another strikeout for Cope. 2 up, 2 down. Game here in the 8th. Now the 2-0.
There was a time when the shortstop but the shortstop position has changed a lot over the years. Those guys were hitting 20, 25, 30 home runs a year, driving in 100 runs.
Certain positions as well. You really weren't getting a whole lot of your shortstops. You're out of your shortstops offensively in the 70s. That's in the air to shallow right center field. Guillen going back, and he'll run it down. It's played by Carlos in a 1-2-3 inning. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, we remind you Tigers baseball is presented by Bell Tire. Comerica Park, game 1 in this 3-game set between these two teams, and it's Jackson leading it off here in the hammered foul back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Going to be a 6
occasions. That's a pretty firm fastball right there with his breaking ball. Look at that.
Jackson is out.
A 12-mile-per-hour differential between the last 2 pitches.
Make your plans to tune us in. Here's Johnny Damon again. Another crack at getting hit. Two and one. Sliced to third, dropped by Tejada, and no play. Let's see how they score this.
He don't want that for 2,500.
Tejada got to the ball, but couldn't handle it cleanly.
It should be in air.
So the Tigers get a 1-out base runner, still waiting on the ruling. Error or number 2,500? It is an E5.
Thank you.
First error of the game for the Orioles. Here's Don Kelly. This is his first at bat of the game. Here's the 0-1. Make it 0-2 now on Don. There's the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kelly. Angels uncharacteristically not playing very good defense either. That is rifled foul down the right field line. Make it 2-2. Pull down the right field line, but foul. So now the count goes to 3-2. Swing and a miss. Kelly is out of there. 3rd strikeout for Hernandez since coming on.
Tigers.com. It's a nice gesture by Carlos Guillen, giving up his time.
And so publicized. The 0-1 is hit high in the air, left center field and way back. Jones is going to go to the warning track.
The wind stopped blowing.
And the inning is over. We go to the 9th. 12-7 Detroit. Trev, thank you very much. We'll do our best here. The Tigers lead 12-7, a 5-run spread as we go to the 9th inning here at Comerica. Middle of their lineup. Jose Valverde is in. And Nick Markakis leads it off. Way outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 1 on Nick Markakis. Now the 2-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. He walked him. Leadoff man is on. Markakis aboard. And Valverde missing again, 1-0.
This piece having a good year on a team that's not really going anywhere, and if you can get years, because there's not that many guys out there and teams that are in contention, you don't want to wait around too long.
There's a base hit to right field, and Markakis will go to second and stop there.
I know Jack Zarenczik's phone, the general manager of the Seattle Mariners, is ringing off the hook. There are a lot of teams that have interest in
bouncing ball hit to the right side. Guillen has one play, and that's to get Jones. The runners advance. Here's Wieters. 1 for 4 today, and he rolls it foul. 0-1. Since Tigers have been piling him up though on the scoreboard, and there you go. They have just scored again. A base hit to center field. This is going to get 2 runs in. So Wieters with a 2-run single, and now all of a sudden it's getting interesting. 12-9. Well, the last time Wieters now with 28 RBIs. 0-1 on Fox. Way inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. To center field, and it's going to drop right in front of the right fielder Bosch. Jackson started back on that ball and then couldn't recover, and it dropped in front of the right fielder Bosch, and now it's really getting interesting.
This is the first game that I can remember this year when Valverde had come into a game and a save not been in line, and that he has struggled a little bit. It really hasn't mattered whether it's been a save situation or not.
Oh, that is true. Moore was a first-round pick of the Tigers in 02. And he takes strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Big swing. 0-2 on Scott Moore. That one just missed. Bouncing ball, first base side, right at the bag. And Cabrera tags it for the out. Advance the runners. 2 gone now. It's going to bring up Turris. Single in this game. Popped him up. Should do it. Santiago to the grass. And a long day of baseball ends in a Tigers win. 2 runs in the 9th, but not enough for the Orioles. The Tigers win this one here this afternoon by a score of 12-9. It was a day featuring 31 hits this afternoon, and the skipper happy that his team comes away with a victory. We'll be back with a whole lot more from Comerica Park. 12-9 Tigers win today.